Welcome to addition, the column method. Let's take a look at the first example. We're going to try adding 32 and 47. Let's put them one above the other and then start adding from the right hand side. So we have 2 plus 7 equals 9. And we pop the 9 below the 7 as shown here. Then we add 3 plus 4 to give us 7. And we pop the 7 below the 4 as shown here. Therefore, 32 plus 47 equals 79. Now let's take a look at another example of the column method. 175 plus 317. Again, let's put one above the other and add from the right hand side. So we have 5 plus 7 equals 12. We put the 2 underneath the 7 and the 1 is carried over to the next column as shown. Then we add 7 plus 1 equals 9. And we pop the 9 here as shown. Finally, we add 1 and 3 to give 4. And we pop the 4 here as shown. Therefore, 175 plus 317 equals 492. Now for the next example. We're going to add 6,589 to 4,267. Again, we present them one above the other as shown and start adding from the right hand side. So 7 plus 9 equals 16. We pop the 6 below the 9 and carry the 1 over. Then we calculate 6 plus 8 plus 1 to give us 15. We put the 5 as shown and 1 is carried over. Next, we have 2 plus 5 plus 1 to give us 8, and the 8 is popped here as shown. And then 4 plus 6 equals 10. The 0 is placed as shown and the 1 is carried over into the next column. Now, since there's nothing more to add in this column, we simply pop the 1 here next to the 0 as shown to give us 10,856. Let's take a look at another example. We're going to calculate 756 plus 4,312. Begin by placing the numbers as shown one above the other so that the units line up, and the tens and hundreds, and then begin adding from the right hand side. So 6 plus 2 equals 8, and the 8 is popped in the units column. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And the 6 is popped in the tens column. 7 plus 3 equals 10. The 0 is popped in the hundreds column and the 1 is carried over. And finally we have 4 plus 1 equals 5. And the 5 is popped in the thousands column. So we have 5,068. Now for another example of the column method. we're going to calculate 523 plus 99,768. We put the numbers one above the other as shown. So we have, calculating from the right hand side, 3 plus 8 equals 11. One of the ones is popped in the units column and the other one is carried over. Next we calculate 2 plus 6 plus 1 to give us 9. And the 9 is placed here. Next we calculate 5 plus 7 to give us 12. The 2 goes here and the 1 is carried over. 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. The 0 is placed here and the 1 is carried over. And finally 9 plus 1 equals 10, of course, and the 0 is placed here and the 1 is carried over. Since there are no more digits to add in this column, we simply place this 1 in the answer as shown. So we have that the answer is 100,291.